Jinger Duggar Vuolo shares major life decision. Jinger Duggar Vuolo, former Counting On star, has finally answered a question that many fans have asked over the years. Given Duggar's own upbringing and seeing all of the different choices that her siblings have made, many were unsure which route she would take. Adding in how Jeremy was raised and lived his life prior to Jinger, fans were even more uncertain. Vuolo's outside of the public eye. One glaringly different choice that Jinger has made regarding her children is keeping their faces off of all social media. This is vastly different from her childhood being filmed for national television. Jinger and her husband Jeremy Vuolo, an American soccer player, have two daughters, Felicity, 5, and Evangeline, turning 3 later this month. The last time that either of their daughters' faces were seen on Jinger's social media was in November of 2019. Fans have begged and pleaded many times to see them and have questioned the couple's motives for not showing them. Some commenters went so far as to suggest that their youngest daughter may have Down syndrome. In an Instagram story, Q&A, Jinger stated, "You haven't seen much of them simply because we are wanting to give them a bit more privacy while they're so young." The Vuolos shared in an ET exclusive, "That's something we've talked about. My husband, Jeremy, and we both just really felt strongly that we wanted to keep our kids out of the public eye. I was raised on TV since the age of 10, and I see that I've had a lot of opportunities come up because of it." Jinger continues, "At the same time, there are difficulties being in that place, walking through the seasons of my life publicly. So we wanted to give our girls the opportunity to choose." She later added that they would support whichever decision their daughters choose, but ultimately will not make the decision for them in their youth. Since their initial decision, the girls have only been seen in small glimpses. Fans occasionally see photos of their hands or the backs of their heads. Another big decision. As any parent knows, there are an endless number of choices to make for the well-being of their children. The Vuolos are not exempt from that. Should they be shared on social media? What sort of diet should they be fed? How should they be educated? Jinger's parents ultimately homeschooled each of their 19 children. Jeremy also was homeschooled for the majority of his childhood. His parents did allow him to attend public high school for his senior year, though. That experience does offer him some valuable insight into what educational setting their girls should be immersed in. From time to time, Jinger does Instagram story Q&A sessions allowing fans to get some insight into their lives. Yesterday, one follower asked the question that many had on their minds. What are you doing for school for the girls? The Duggars' homeschooling method has been viewed adversely for many years, especially in light of certain Duggar children claiming their education was not very thorough. Various critics have expressed concern that the adult Duggar children will fail their kids by continuing the trend. Jinger did take the time to answer this question in her stories. She stated that they will be doing a Christian hybrid. They are considering a private Christian school for the future and taking it 1 year at a time. How do you feel about the Vuolo's choice to have Felicity in a hybrid school? What do you think about the difference between homeschooling and private school?